So I had a subscriber ask me, he just got into hauling fuel, and I guess he was just curious as to what, you know, what equipment is needed and all that stuff. You know, maybe he's just curious as to what we're running. But anyway, I figured I'd do a video on it. May as well, you know, why not? So let's see here. Now, I'll start with my truck. I got it unhooked from my trailer right now because I'm gonna take it home and wash it. But if you're doing pump offs, if you're gonna be pumping fuel into an above ground tank, you're gonna wanna pump on your truck, obviously. And the pump that I have is a Roper. It's a 3-inch piping all the way through, and it's a Roper that it takes about I'd say about 45 minutes or so to unload 7,500 gallons of diesel. Anyway, you need a pump. Well, if you're gonna have a pump, you want some pump hoses, and so I run 3-inch pump hoses. These are the like rubber reinforced. These are actually made by Hart Industries here in Jacksonville, or at least they have a shop here in Jacksonville. That's where I can go and get them. But yeah, these are made by Hart. I like these hoses. See here, I don't have a tube on my trailer that runs up, you know, up here to where I can hook a jumper hose to it. So I custom spec'd well, because it makes it sound fancier than what it is. Anyway, I just asked them to make me a 35-foot hose. That way I don't have to hook two hoses together in order to reach the pump on my truck. And then I have a 20-foot pump hose. I use this for pressure side. You can get away with using one of these, you know, for suction, but the main reason I wanted one of these for suction as well is if I ever have to load my trailer with that, if that makes sense. Anyway, like if I'm pumping off of another tanker onto mine, it's very rare, but I have had situations like that. Excuse me. Anyway, I also have this hose, which is it's actually a 30-foot 3-inch hose with 4-inch ends. The reason I had this made was we started doing a few stores, quite a bit. Yeah, I got 4-inch ends on this one. I had diesel last, so I got plugs in it. But reason I got this was that way I can reach out. You know, if drops are far away from my trailer, I can reach out all the way to them without having to hook two hoses together. And a 3-inch hose is a lot easier to walk out and drain versus a 4-inch hose. May not sound like much, but it's one of the times where 1 inch makes a big difference. And anyway, you also want, if you're going to be doing gas, you're going to need vapor hoses. Now, these are just 3-inch hoses. They have this little stinger in here. It will actually push it. It pushes in the on the vapor. Both in the ground and on my trailer, there's a spring inside there with a seal. That stinger will push that seal in to allow vapor to go by. So you're gonna need vapor hoses. I've got a 20-foot, a 15-foot, and then I also have this 10-foot extension if I ever needed it. And right now I've got it hooked up to an adapter to where I actually have it's an adapter with a stinger in there. That way I can use this as a short 10-foot vapor hose if I wanted to. And then for drop hoses, I have these two 4-inch drop hoses, which, I mean, I use this as a drop hose too. But anyway, my shorter hoses, I have a 12-foot 4-inch hose, and then I have, this used to be a 15-foot. I'd have new ends put on it, so it's it got cut down to about 13 feet. So yeah, so I got about a 13-foot and then a 10 or 12-foot 4-inch hose. Those are for, you know, just dropping regular products. And then as far as the drop elbows go that actually hooks to the ground connection. Yeah, these I use for my 4-inch drop elbows. These are all Dixon, I guess, what was it? Yeah, Dixon brand. And then for this Vapor, not a fan of this style Vapor where it has like the little, it has like a little spring that'll kind of grip over the connection on the ground, versus this style where you have a handle, like you can see right there, you have a handle that you would pull down in order to latch on. But anyway, the Vapor is made by Civicon, and then all three of my drop heads are made by Dixon. That's pretty much what I have. I got some mud flaps I took off my truck that I need to throw away. I also use this, the 4-inch by 4-inch female to 3-inch male. That allows me to hook up to these drop heads. I did a pump off the other day, or actually yesterday, that I needed. They had a 4-inch connection in the pipe that I was pumping into, so I had to hook to that, then hook my 3-inch pump hose to it. It's just an adapter. To me, that's what's, you know, just basics of what you might need. And then of course in here I've got all kinds of fittings and all kinds of stuff that I need, plugs to plug hoses, keep product from coming out, stuff like that. When it comes to paperwork for hauling hazardous materials, it's good to, well, actually, just having this in general. I like to have this little binder where I keep all my documents and all that stuff in it. So you got your green book, which I need a new one on both one of these anyway. Got a green book, and then this is your emergency response guide, which you need if you're hauling hazmat. This basically tells you, like, whatever you're placarded for, it tells you like what to do. Let's see here, like you have the different colors, so it's all color coded. Like if I'm hauling class 3 flammables, so it tells you like what to do for fire, explosion, stuff like that. Anyway, this one is 2016. They update these every 4 years, so I do need to get a new 2021 or 2020 one of those. In here I have my registration, my lease agreement, occupational accident insurance on the truck. What is it? Yeah, that's yeah, that's my truck insurance, as well as the insurance, the policy the company I'm leased to has. And then I also have, let's see here, yeah, registration. I have my lease agreement, because I am leased on as an independent contractor for the company I'm with. So I have a copy of my lease agreement, occupational accident insurance on the truck, as well as the cargo, all that stuff, the insurance policy. And then I also have my lease purchase documents for the truck itself. And this back one I don't have a tag for. Basically I just have my IFTA registration, and then I also have this, which is required if you're going to haul hazardous material, and that is see here, it's your hazardous certificate of registration. But and this renews every year. So this renews it, yeah, this renews every year. I'm gonna just put a blank screen, or, you know, not a blank screen, but a copy of what it looks like. I just have to block out, you know, our information. But anyway, that's just what I have in here. And then also at the back I have my annual DOT registration. But the main thing if you're hauling hazmat is you have to have this orange book for the response guide, and then you have to have the hazardous or hazmat registration. Definitely have to have that. And then up here I just have my registration. This is a tank chart. It tells me, you know, if I have product left in my trailer, I can take my stick up there, stick the tank, and see exactly how many gallons I have left on my trailer. Of course, we have Keep Trucking E-Log, so I have my E-Log thing. Or actually, those are stickers. But yeah, here's my user guide for DOT. That is a requirement to have. And then I've got my cab card registration. So that's kind of like basic for if you're hauling fuel or anything in general. I mean, if you're hauling hazmat or anything in general, you have to have a lot of that stuff. But the orange book and the hazmat registration are the main two that you have to have if you're gonna haul hazardous materials. And then of course I have in my door, just have extra placards stuck behind there. That's pretty much it. All I can think of. Went over the equipment that you gotta have, and then that's mainly the paperwork. Oh, also one more thing on the equipment is you need a bucket. You don't need a bucket, but there is one terminal I go to, they require you to put the bucket underneath the loading head while you're loading, just to catch drips and stuff like that. And when you're unloading, it's nice to have to catch everything. But if you're gonna get a bucket, do not use a plastic bucket. Use a metal bucket. And you notice, like, it doesn't have the little plastic thing on the handle. The place I get my buckets from, they'll cut that off for us. It's mainly just for grounding, because you want to make sure the bucket's metal so that it grounds. If you're going to drain this tube out or something, like say if I have 5 gallons in there and you want to drain it into the bucket, you want to make sure it's grounded before you start draining stuff in. And you need a metal bucket in order to do that. So hopefully this helps, and y'all have a great day, because I can't think of anything else to say.